Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Right here, we have a Dune buggy, and it's a really nice one. I don't know if this fan is really screwing my audio or not. But anyway, I think it's registered as like a 65, 64, but I digress and regress because it is probably on a 67 or 68 pan just due to the fact of the swing axle, and it's 12 volt. Well, it's a 12 volt engine, not a converted 12 volt. I think it's a dual, yeah, it's a dual port. It has a doghouse. But anywho, digressing, regressing, probably again, not sure, can't remember what I said before. It's in here because, well, the owner thinks the clutch exploded. I ran the pedal and I confirmed something in the clutch is not right. So, I don't know if it feels like the throwout bearing blew up, to be honest with you, just on the throw. But also, I don't know if the shift arm broke or the pressure plate decided not to pressure plate. What I'm getting at is something in the clutch is bad, and it's not the cable because it's still attached and I can adjust it. Hair. Anywho's, as you can tell probably behind me, the shop's a little full and I don't have access to the lift currently because of Moonbeam over here. So I'm going to do something I have not done in a long time. Probably what most of you guys are going to do. We're pulling the engine. Obviously, we got to do the clutch. We're doing it on the floor. Let's hope my geriatric bones can hold up off of this one. Join me in a second. I got to roll this forward, clear some space behind me, and, start to, tear stuff apart. Few things I did, well, that you don't see. Disconnected the fuel line just because, well, I didn't feel like playing with it on camera for the most part. So fuel line's disconnected, and I just undid the battery so I don't absolutely electrocute myself. With that said, shush. With that said, I'll start getting this thing out. Should hopefully be semi straightforward. Only things I'm not going to say concerned about, but concerned about is I didn't build it. So I don't know how much of a pain it is going to be to get any of this stuff out. Pliers. Ugh. Now it should be fairly straightforward and simple. Mark my words. Okay, the throttle cable's going to be a pain in the butt already. That's good. But the big, like I said, the big thing is I didn't build it, so I don't know how anything's ran. That also means I don't know where anything goes. So I'm spelunking, I guess is what I'm getting at. Actually, no. Yeah. Doing a deep dive. One reason I don't like putting self-tappers in anything, you might see this on my videos, like fan shrouds. If anything, I'll temporarily self-tap it, then I go back and put a nut cert in. Reason being is, well, like this, if you ever take it apart, you have a good chance of your self-tapper stripping the next time you go to put it in. Is that 10? Oh, impact. All right, that goes over. This wire. Get out of there. This wire gets this way. Big 12 volt charge wire. Got more stuff stuck on here. Another Phillips. I didn't go anywhere. There it is. It's like, I didn't go anywhere. How did I lose it already? Besides me impressing myself, I impress myself. That, and then you ran the wire through the fan shroud. Nothing wrong with that. Except now I gotta unrun it through the fan shroud. All right, what do I got? Wires over. Good. Good, good, good. All right. Oh. So far everything's clear. I'm gonna jack this up and get under there and start undoing the motor mount bolts. Or, not the motor mount, the actual engine to transmission bolts. Convenience! Let me deal with this 8 right now. Yeah, this throttle cable has been cut. For, you know, to shorten for the chassis, which, you know, it's expected when you're doing dune buggies or shortened pants. But the problem is, typically if I'm gonna cut a cable, I solder them. Solder the ends. And I'll try to do it on this one, but it's pretty bad. But I solder it just for the fact that it won't have a chance to, you know, fillet open. But anyway, now we get to do fun, sexy man angle. And get these bolts out, nuts out, whatever. Bolt, there is a bolt, but mainly nuts. The 17s that are under here, find something to stick on. And my head are gonna do wonders together. Oh. Don't worry, I'm not mad yet. This is just the way I feel comfortable. You ever walk up on somebody and they've been working on their project and their legs are crossed like this? Usually you want to be nice to them because they're about ready to throw something at you. It's just a fact. I don't make the rules, but yeah. You know, one thing I do have to say, it is really clean under here. So that's making this miserable job more delightful, I guess. Could be worse. How, I don't know yet. This size. Braille. Put the wrench on my braille. Come on. It's somewhere around here. Hello. Hello. I don't want to switch sides. We'll switch sides. Let's get this one. It'd be nice if I can see. A little light. I don't want to get up and get a ratchet. You will fit. You're not going to fit. Are you the wrong size? Oh, damn it. It's going to suck. All right. I don't know if you went through my rant of why this upper bolt usually is not in late model transmissions. Or, sorry, scratch that. Why it's only in the late model transmissions and not the early model transmissions if you have a doghouse. And that is because the hole on the engine is a threaded boss, and, well, the backside of the transmission has a V-groove that the nut goes in. So if you don't use a longer bolt and some washers, you get into this mess, which is the bolt is exactly the size. Well, when you get it tight, you basically send it round off the tops, like this one is, and you can't get, I don't even know if it's a 17. Oh, it is. And man, this is gonna suck. Damn it. All right, I'm gonna struggle with this because it is so far gonna exponentially jump up the time because I have to get a bolt out, or yeah, the bolt out now that shouldn't be in this area because it is now the exact size of the V-groove. And I've had to air hammer them out before, which I really don't want to do. Shoot. Try a crow's foot. Hey, they soldered the end of this cable. Yeah, they just welded it. I don't know. It's better than the throttle, I guess is what I'm getting at. All right, so let me fight this top one, and I'll be back. I'll probably put maybe a crow's foot I can get on there with enough leverage to hook it. But yeah, that one sucks. Damn it. We were making progress. I'll put a clip into this brake line too. It's missing one. All right, I'll be back. Damn it. Small rant. I pretty much preach about, think about the next guy because the next guy might be you. Well, whoever assembled this vehicle definitely never had that mindset or mentality because the entire car was assembled and then the body was put on. Which I kind of get it, but nothing is everything is indexed to, like, say, worm clamps for this throttle cable, which, I don't know, someone might have to replace one day. Yeah, hose clamp or whatever. Yeah, it's all indexed up. And it's so tight in the body, you probably won't be able to see back there, but it's so damn tight in the body that I can't even force it out or backwards. So now I'm gonna have to struggle with this for a bit and try to get that out. But other than that, oh yeah, and the case, I didn't even look at the number, but it's probably like an H case or something like that. It probably was a single port. Yeah, there's no casting number or anything on it. It was probably like a single port. And it was not so much single port, it was a non-doghouse engine, like mine over here, because there is no provision for the nut. It's supposed to have a bolt. The non-dog houses are usually like that. I was hoping that this was a doghouse engine, and so what I'm getting at is that a nut behind it. And again, the only way you were able to get that, especially in this car, the only way you were able to get that nut on there is if you assembled the entire chassis and then plopped the body on. So it was a pain in the ass to get that nut off, to hold the nut, to get it off. So lo and behold, like I was saying, the reason that bolt never goes on is because you can never really get to it. Case in point, well, if 3 isn't going to hold it, 4 never will. So I will not be putting that one in. Yell at me in the comments, but it's not going to happen. Might get froggy and do it, but sincerely doubt it. There's almost no way to get your hand, especially in this car, no way to get your hand in there. So now I'm going to struggle for another X amount of freaking time to try to get that hose clamp loose so I can get the throttle cable out so I can pull the engine. I would, if everything wasn't hose clamped together, I wouldn't care so much, and I would just pull the throttle cable and let it do what it did. Done a couple of times. That's how you find out you forgot to disconnect it. But the problem is the entire thing is tubed. So I have to be able to, not so much, I don't care about the throttle cable itself. We can work on that secondary. I need to get the tube loose because all the hose clamping is just holding it all together. And then I might get mad and just yank it out. I don't know what I feel like yet. I'm trying to do little damage, obviously, but it is severely not wanting me to go that way. It's wanting to test my patience. Yep, sure is. All right, let me show you what that hose clamp that's hidden back there for the throttle cable. All that's holding this engine is the D-bolt on the starter, or the nut that's holding the D-bolt on. The starter bolt is the only thing that is securing this engine in. Once I get this stuff, throttle cable out, we can pull this engine. It's going fairly fast, except slow all at the same time because, you know, screw me. Again, I don't care if it looks easy because it's not in the car, or, you know, if it's not a car, it's not a Beetle. No way you're pulling an engine. I don't care who you say. It only takes me 15 minutes to get an engine out. Work on them yourself. This is a rant because I hate hearing how long it takes other people to pull an engine. Oh, it takes me 15, 20 minutes. Yeah, okay. You haven't had to struggle to get a nut and bolt out that you can't get your hand in. You haven't had to work over someone else is what I'm getting at. Yeah, I can get the engine out. I think I've said this before. Engine out of my Beetle in 20 minutes. Everything's quick connect. It is designed to come out that quick. It's basically a drag engine. I don't know. I'm ranting. I'm tired. I'm hot. This is stupid. I'll be back. All right. I don't know what the hell they have going on. Throttle cable's still in. Just gonna ask for forgiveness and hoping I can figure it out after. It's currently wedged between the body. So, yeah, I don't know what the hell's going on. So let's hope I can just pull this thing. The other thing is, I don't know how much clearance I have on this body. They're typically, the ones I work on are designed to come out or have clearance. Rotate that coil some. Maybe I can get it now. Looks like it's a freaking trumpet. Like A slides into B. So, okay, there we go. What a pain. All right. Now let's hopefully get this engine out. It's the studs currently that are getting me. should drop. Oh. My stupidity. All right, engine out. Let's see what blew up. Pressure plate. Okay. We'll put a new clutch in, but the show you guys real quick. Throwout bearing's good, clips are in, everything's attached, bar, so on and so forth, everything's there. Clutch diaphragm broke. It's all the way in. It should be, well, out, and then you push in. Right now there's no pushy in. So, let me get the clutch kit, do some magic, flop it out, and yeah, we'll get a clutch again. That's why I hate these styles. Everyone swears by them. They're freaking garbage. Give me a second. Let me get the clutch kit. All right, got a clutch kit. Oh. Let's go over here. Whew. Let's put this thing in. It is warm. Oh, I got the fan on me. But yeah. Diaphragm exploded. That's cool. I didn't want to replace anything else anyway. I mean, I'll go back and throw in the pilot or throwout bearing. But as far as that goes, that's it. Hooey. Clutch wasn't even put in correctly. Well, it was, but it wasn't. See how this lip is pulled back, maybe? This part was never seated. Those are in. I don't know about those. But yeah, you can physically probably see the metal pulling back. That was never actually in the flywheel. That's why I always say, double check, make sure it's in there. You don't just zip it in and call it good. Like some people. Not saying that caused the failure, but it would cause, say, premature engagement in clutch wear. Not really significantly, but you know. Why do it? You're here. There. See how it's sprung back now? Now it's correct. That's supposed to be out. Like I said, I hate that style. That seems good. Clutch is good. I mean, it's not like, you know, smoked or anything like that. There's good material on it. But we're in here, we're replacing everything. That in, and yeah, what I think probably happened is someone did this kind of maneuver exactly. They put the clutch in, they got the bolts sort of aligned, and then they sent them. And then wherever they laid, oh, that's where they are. Must be good. They all went in. No. Make sure it's sitting correctly. If you watch this channel enough, you You'd probably notice that I'm not changing out these bolts. Typically I do. Reason I'm not is, well, that thing looks like it's brand new. Or brand new enough to where I'm not concerned. This is getting home. That slides in good. Yeah. If you watch this now, you've probably seen me pull this off because they didn't sit correctly more than once. So, with that said, this is at least on nicely. Also, the thing with this is you can typically see, not so much this ring style, but you can sort of. If you're not seated correctly, you can see this ring actually like, you know, crooked. It should lay flush. On the 3-draw, not so much. But with that said, let me change out the throwout bearing. Let's shove this thing back in. Everything else back here looks fine. Maybe rotate this engine a little bit so it doesn't fall off. All right, fan looks good, everything looks good. All right, let's slap this thing back together. Give me a second, let me fight putting this thing in, and we'll throw in the engine. Whew. Man. Installed. All right. Okay with that. Put you guys into chines. That one is. That one is. All right. Now let's just reverse this installation process. I'm gonna see if I can straighten it. Yeah, I don't know if you can tell, but this is like a weird bell, which is fine. Hits the body. That's why I couldn't pull it out. So I'm just gonna have to remember that. The problem is, am I gonna be able to get this cable back into that the sheathing with it being all screwed up? There's too much oil on it. I know solder is not going to take. I think I have a cable cheater, saver, what have you. But if I don't have to use it, I'm not going to, because I don't really like them. Now, don't get me wrong, they serve their purpose. Case in point, what I'm dealing with right now. That I have to lay up there and loosen the clutch, so let's tighten the clutch some. That'll go in. That's to go under the wires. Ugh. Back in the engine. Not real sure. All right. Whew. Let me change the battery. It's flashing at me. And throw this thing in. Should be hopefully straightforward now. And guess what? When it goes back together, it's going to be put back together like I care about the next guy, because if I ever have to pull this thing again, I'm going to be mad. I'll be back. Holy crap. Old! Let's get this thing in. Is there no bolt on that? No, it's not tight. I have a 13. Well, I'm here. Let's tighten it. Yeah, not a fan of these intakes being loose. A little better. All right. Now the fun part. Trying to get this damn thing in. One of the big problems I have are these engine bars are just kind of here. That one's all bent funky. So is that one. They're both bent funky. Harness for the lights. Put that in front now, so I don't forget about it and don't pinch it in the behind. Throttle cable, run that through. Again, while I'm here, I hopefully can just do it. That lives up there somewhere. That's fine. Am I still hitting that pipe? Yep. Now what am I on? Problem is I can't take the, I mean, I could take them off, but I can't really take those off just due to the fact that they're transmission. They hold the rear motor mount on. Was it a me problem again? Probably. sure is. You know, sometimes you gotta step back and look and see if the problem is just you. Yeah, my arms were flipped because I don't use this, you know, in its intended manner. This jack, anyway. So, the catch system is disabled. You know, if this thing had like a 36 horsepower shroud on it, it'd be so much easier. But it doesn't. And that side's almost in. That side's in. Throttle cable, be mindful of that. Alright, this thing should slot. I'm hoping. Because I don't want to take the cage off. This thing almost should slot. There we go. Alright. Yeah, I don't want to pull that cage to get to the crank. Everything's looking good. Throw a tire in front of a tire. Now, scratch that. Throw an actual wheel chalk in front of a tire. So I don't like slam the nose into anything. There we go. That felt good. That felt like it actually went in. Some gun it did. All right. Let's start putting hardware in. This is actually convenient because I can reach the damn thing. Guarantee he'll still fight me because, you know, why wouldn't it? There we go. That's up. I do not have enough hands for this. Also, it would have made it easier if I took this tire off. As you can probably tell, I have done neither, and I have not grown another hand. Once I get this tight, I can let the pressure off the jack, and we can throw the bottom ones in. Because you got to think of it like a lever. Draw the top in, and the bottom will, you know, slot in. But if you draw the bottom in, you're putting excess pressure on the top. Does it work? Yeah. Do I do it? Nah, sometimes. But I try to lock down the tops before I do anything else. This way I know that everything's at least seated up here. All right, that's tight. So that bolts in. And I can drop this. Get the other jack in. Jack up the K-member or whatever, the one mount, and we can, well, bolt in, put the other nut in and tighten everything down. Tight. Ow, head. Oh. Tight. All right, let's connect that throttle cable, hopefully mildly easily. Oop, wait. Oh, see how much that's gonna fight me. Where those pliers go? The return spring is in the way, I think. Also, this is hella tight. All right, guys, I cleaned up the ferrule or whatever the hell you want to call it. And, well, it actually operates smoothly in there now. All right, I got a little bit of small heat shrink. What I'm gonna do, or try to do, is get this around the cable first. And hopefully this will give it like a lead in, or at least that's the plan. I don't know how well it's going to work. So I don't know if, ooh, that's hot. Oh, that's hot and sticky. So I'm not sure if this fit through. That thing. I think it will. Oh yeah. Like it was his job. There, save the cable. It's a good thing because I didn't want to replace it. Or put on one of those doobly-doos. Fuel line's connected, everything's on, everything's in. One thing I'm not a fan of right now, and I don't know if this is how the pedal is, or if we're gonna have to pull the cluster because of cable issue. But if you look at that clutch pedal, it is all the way that way, and I cannot pull it back any further. But it does move. So let me connect the battery cable. That's the last thing I have to do. Connect the battery cable and see if this thing moves. Everything else, oh, I gotta put that one plastic piece back on this. Ugh. Take a second to get fuel up into it. Might need to charge the battery. Plug in. Let's give it all of it. 8 amps. Looks like it's pumping fuel. If you didn't know, if you have an alternator, you can just plug into, well, the alternator stud side and just ground it. And it'll feed the battery. It's the charge back wire. Come on, car. Did I forget to connect something? Power, power. No. What the hell? What the hell, over? Oh. That would help. Oh, hell, the boot broke off of it. That's why it fell out. Yeah, it's missing the... I see it. It's in there. Well, I'll give this thing time to charge while I reboot this. There we go. That was a piss poor crimp. But what do I know? All right, let's put a new end on it. Oh, this is a 8 mil. I don't know how well my crimpers are gonna like this one. Yeah, it should be fine. I forgot the damn boot. God damn it. That one should be fine. Let's get the boot on. Plug in. right, let's try that now. See what happens when it has a little fire. Sounds good. See if we have clutch. That answers that question. No. All right, I'm hoping this cluster is jacked up, which sucks because I gotta pull it. I know it's connected. I think it might have slid down, so it's not actually in its thing, hook, if you will. I wonder if they cut an access door. I wonder if they cut an access door on the passenger side, because that'd be awesome. Holy shit, I think they did. Crap. I'm pretty sure they got an access door over here. Give me a second. Let me pull some of this stuff off and see what I got going on under there. Also, let me move this thing back some. But yeah, that clutch is, well, obviously too far forward. So yeah, I got all that dynamite. I'm gonna have to rip it up. But I feel a plate. I'll show you what I'm going on about. So maybe you don't think I'm joking. It's like a gas door in a pickup truck. Always check your bed first. I don't know if you can see the outline, but there's an outline where an access door normally is, which would be nice because I can't get those pedals out. It's gonna suck if I have to, due to the fact that ain't got no doors. So, this was not supposed to be a full floor routine. But all right, give me a second. Let me get that stuff tore up and see what I'll bring in and show you what I found. All right, developments happened. Yes, at one point it was an access door. Caveat, it's now welded shut. So I have to pull these pedals. Like I said, what I think happened is when the clutch let loose, the violent action that happened, because if you didn't know, it's just a hook and the cable, well, it's a hook and the cable goes around it. What I'm thinking is when it was depressed and that thing shot back, it basically slid down the shaft. So, yeah, I got to pull it, hopefully just move it back up into its clevis and we'll get a clutch back. That's the only thing I could think of that's going on with why that pedal's down so far. So, rather than you seeing my butt the entire time, let me just pull this out and be right back. Orange Beetle, I think I showed pulling a cluster. It's 2 bolts, you pull it out, and your brake clevis, push rod, take that off, pull it out. Pretty straightforward. It's just awkward filming, I guess. Whew. If I can figure out a way, I might set you up back here. I don't know. Let me get this pedal out. It is. I'm not in the mood. All right, guys, pedals are out. Everything moves freely. Nothing's broken. So, like I said, I think that cable ended up sliding down. So it was like somewhere around here. Actually, I can't really tell. I don't want to lie to you and say I see a wear spot. But I think it was trying to pivot down here versus up here. So hence why it was farther forward. So let me get this thing back in the car. Cable looks good. The end looks good. It's not worn or anything like that. This isn't worn. That hook, usually they wear back. Everything looks good. This is the only thing I can really think that was holding this up. And I've had problems with this before. Usually not on the exploding clutch side. It's more on the pedal flops forward side and like tries to shake its way down. It's warm. Unexpected repairs. So let me put this back together. Hopefully the pedals align right, and we'll actually have a trans motion. Good thing is, well, it wasn't this the whole time because, well, we saw the pressure plate was stuck down. So that was good. All right. Happy I didn't pull an engine for the hell of it. I guess is where I'm at. Let me get these in and see if I can get it orientated right, and I'll be right back. All right, you guys are just sitting back there watching over my shoulder like weirdos, but that's fine. I'm gonna try to slip all this together now in a hopefully I'm not gonna screw this up fashion. Because like I said, the clutch, these things, man, I hate putting them in. I really do. Damn it. Or I hate not putting the clutch in. I hate doing the cable. Because it does this. It like hides. It can only really go one place, and somehow it manages to find other spots. This would be more convenient if it had a roller pedal on it. Also, if you notice, I took off the steering wheel, which kind of, to a certain extent, happy I did. Damn it. Because, well, A, access, B, almost every one of those things are stripped. So, I'm going to put helicoils in. I think I have M6s. Put them in. There's no horn or anything like that, so it just has to hold the wheel on, I guess is what I'm getting at. All right, let me struggle with this. This is, other than me complaining a bunch, it's not going to be entertaining because you can't see anything. But yeah, hook the pedal. Hopefully everything, you know, the suns, the moons, the Venus, and, you know, the fly traps cooperate and can slot that whole shooting match in, all while hopefully not losing, you know, it falling off while it's in there. Because that's a thing that happens. Love it. All right, give me a minute. I'll be back. But now let's see if this thing moves. I mean, it should. And then I got to fix the steering wheel. This is the main reason why, this is one of the main reasons why a lot of people, you know, only take apart what they're supposed to take apart. But, I mean, like that was a safety issue. It was literally only one kind of holding it in. All right, let's try this again. Because now, clutch feels good. It's tight. I mean, it is a tight clutch. Brakes work. Does it have a first? It does. Yuck. I gotta clean some of this up. All right, perfect. All right, now let me put some helicoils in the steering wheel, put the steering wheel on. And tomorrow, let's take this thing for a rip. What was that? Oh, it's backing into a jack. I was wondering what that squeal was. But, all right, simple enough. Easy fix. That cable is really tight. So much so that, I mean, there's, ow, damn it. there's nothing really I can do about it. That's the problem. That's the problem about it. It is just, you know, what it is, unfortunately. Hydraulic would be a good option, but we're not upselling anything. Let me get a drill, put some helicoils in, and yeah, hopefully next scene you'll see us on the road for action angle for a nice nice test drive. But yeah, engine sounds good, runs good. I'm gonna go through, cross my, you know, just check timing, stuff like that. It's firing up really nice. Everything else seems good. Air in the tires, so on and so forth. I'm gonna charge the battery just because I like to have a good battery. So other than that, yeah, next you'll see, hopefully we're just driving, unless developments happen. Who knows? Freaking mosquitoes already. All right, guys. Hot, sweaty, car's, well, untucked from where it is. First, you know, let's take it out on a rip, see how it goes. Whew. Also give you the nice graceful of me entering. Oh, it's a film. Oh, I know what kind of seats these are. All right, you know what? See if it just starts. Enjoy me on the road. You won't see gracefulness. Perfect. Join me on the road. I don't fit. I don't know how well I'm going to drive this. I'm hitting everything. Well, let me break it down for you. I cannot drive this car. And it's not because there's something mechanically wrong with the vehicle, mosquito got me. It's because I physically do not fit in it. I got long dancer legs. As a 15-inch, I mean, you could probably see I got wide lens on, but my, here, hold on. Tilt down some. I don't know, maybe you can see it. My leg is on the shifter. So one is kneecap, even though I have it turned. One's kneecap. For me to clutch, my knee can't fit through here. So I can either ride the clutch, which is great because we just put it in, but it does work. But yeah, I mean, if I had to struggle to drive it, I could. But the clutch works, and then to get to the brakes, everything is not working in my favor on this one. If the seat doesn't move, does it? I don't think so. No. All right. If the seat was, I don't know, 4 inches lower, and come up a little bit. If the seat was about 4 inches lower, I wouldn't have an issue because I can get under it. Or if the steering wheel was, you know, one of them, what I hate, the 10-inch ones, I'd be able to operate something. But I physically cannot. And if I'm doing something, then I can't steer. So the owner is a lot, well, he is thinner than me, but in this, I got plenty of upper room. I have the legs. The legs are what the problem is. The owner has shorter legs. He drives this car. With that said, the short little test drive I did, basically turning around, went flawlessly. I was able to go backwards. And then I never went forward. I went forward because I had to turn around. I had to do a little J turn. But yeah, I was able to go backwards, and I was able to go forward for about 10 feet, and then I was able to go backwards for another 200. So we have about 410 feet of test drive. I think we're good. I think we're done. Let me set up the big cam. One thing I am going to do is I am going to loosen the clutch a little bit. It does engage higher than I like it. Usually I like them pretty much right off the floor. So I'm just going to put, I know I got some slop in there. It's right now 2 spec. I adjust it out of spec, which is out of Volkswagen spec, but it's in my spec, and I don't know, I like it better. Also, you're not putting so much pressure on it if all you're having to do is move it a little bit, kind of thing. Plus, you always know when you're in adjustment, because it is a stiff clutch. Nature of the beast. Also, seating position plays a lot in it. You wouldn't think that, but it really does. I'm pushing more this way. Sit weird in your vehicle and you'll know what I'm talking about. I don't know how to math and science, I just know it's accurate. What does forward do? I mean, I also hate these shifters. Yeah, that's just really high. Second. Third. Fourth. She'll hold and all. Reverse. Done. But yeah. Let me set a big cam, close this episode out. Clutch is in, clutch is working. Man, yeah, like if it was like this, it'd be so much better. I just have to go back some and a smaller wheel. It's not my car. It's set up for the owner, I guess is what I'm getting at. I'm just rambling. But from what, like I said, from what I can tell, it'd be fine. We just did a clutch. The clutch pedal is working. The brakes work. Not that we touched them. Engine sounds healthy. I feel fine with giving the car back without actually putting miles on it, put it to you that way. And if you watch this channel long enough, you know I don't like to do that. But sometimes I just can't drive it physically. Well, body. I mean, I could drive it if I had to. I have another steering wheel I could swap on. Draw me in a big cam. All right, guys, closing out the episode on Dune Buggy. Unfortunately, I don't know how much of an in-car camera I have. I know we didn't go on a test drive due to the fact that, well, I can't physically drive this car because my long dancer legs. It's not the gut this time. Believe it or not, I have plenty of room up there. I just don't fit between the steering wheel, the shifter, and everything else. The seat's too far forward. It doesn't work for me. But with that said, digressing, regressing, clutch pedal works. The clutch itself works. So we did good. That pressure plate definitely was sprung in. You might have seen it. I don't know if it's in the video. I don't know what the video comes out to until I edit it, but you might have saw when I took the pressure off of the thing. I don't know if it picked up on the mic, but there was a distinctive clink of it basically resetting. I probably could have put that pressure plate back on and reused it, but you know what? At the end of the day, if you watch this channel long enough, I hate that style. I hate the 3-jaw style. I know people who love it, swear by it. I absolutely despise it. I like the finger style, what we put in. To me, it's always been reliable and it works. But with that said, the reliable working clutch is reliably working. I did lube the cable. It's fine. I'm going to take a little more adjustment out of it just to get that pedal a little bit closer to the floor. Reason I like doing that is it puts less stress on the cable. Because, I mean, if you don't need 6 foot to push down to disengage, why use it? I guess is what I'm getting at. It's within spec right now. I got a little bit to get on the marginal side spec as far as free play. But with that said, steering wheel, that also didn't fall off in our 420 feet. So that's good. But yeah, car's done. Owner called the owner. He's going to pick it up tomorrow. Doesn't matter what time it is for you guys. He's going to pick it up and hopefully be able to enjoy it and what's left of the summer and be able to drive it because, again, I couldn't enjoy it or drive it because dancer legs. Again, not even the fat. Nope, this is the thing. But with that said, if you like this episode, however it came out, like, share, subscribe, leave a comment if you do. I promise you we will chit-chat as always. Thanks for watching and hopefully see you on the next one. Stupid legs. Oh, in the way sometimes.